let's see. Hold on.
Okay, use the link.
How do you
record it? It's not a hot link.
It is. That thing is a link. Maybe.
Oh, the picture.
The picture.
The photo.
Yeah. And then tell me if you came. Hey, it says 3. Does that mean 3 people are there?
Yes.
This is what I got.
Hold on, guys. We're making sure this is right.
Hi, everyone.
Say hello if you can hear us.
If you're here, if you can hear us and you can see us, say hello because
is the mic picking this up?
I'm not sure.
Say something in that chat. Can you guys hear us? Does it give us an option to choose which kind of mic?
I thought we did. Okay, you can hear us. Yay. Hi, Imani.
Okay, hey, girl.
We're going to get started. We're going to get started in a moment here. We're just going to give people a few minutes to pile in. But thank y'all for being here today. This is our first time doing this. So, yeah, bear with us.
Yeah, it should be exciting.
Bear with us, but we are excited. We're going to be doing this every month for our besties. So, yeah. We also have the audio going. So, if you have to leave at any point, that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should use the webcam.
Why? Why? Because if they're looking here, they're looking at us.
I know, but we would need to be looking there.
Oh.
Hold on.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Should we get?
Hi.
Should we start at 5:35?
We'll start at
5:35. We'll start
at
at 5:35. Let me just let the girlies in the Discord know, just in case they forgot. Now, where do I get this link from? Patreon?
Mm-hmm.
Or YouTube?
Patreon. You can share the post.
Oh.
Feel free to use the chat. We encourage you actually to use the chat.
Yeah, so tell them how this is going to go.
So essentially we will go through the episode like we normally do. It's being recorded just in case you have to leave, like Brittany mentioned. It will still be available through your Patreon feed. We will be having the conversation, but we also encourage you to share your experiences in the chat, and we'll be reading your responses and just kind of interacting. We'll just go back and forth. Yeah. It's going to be cute. If y'all ever came to our Instagram lives,
those used to be fun.
It'll be like that. It'll be like that. Very conversational and just interactive in a very fun way.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. So, is it 5:35 yet?
Almost.
Okay, 2 minutes. I wish this was like a Zoom so we could see people, but this is okay.
Yeah.
I've never done a YouTube live. Okay, so let's just get going. Shall we? Shall we?
Oh, it's very Okay, girlies.
Okay, y'all. So retroactive jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
So what that basically is you're dating someone, right? And we all know we have past relationships. But have you ever found yourself being jealous or having some feelings about your partner's past relationship? Have you?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so that's what retroactive jealousy is. It's like you might feel threatened. Maybe you don't necessarily feel threatened, but you definitely feel like, I'm a little uneasy.
Yeah.
I'm a little uneasy about
it. And it can come up if you feel, you mentioned threatened, or like your partner might still have some feelings for whoever they dated in the past, or like this person might be able to come and take your good thing away from you.
Yeah.
anxious attachment style. I
Yeah.
think this really is present for those of us who struggle with having an anxious attachment style.
So I think we can identify if we're struggling with retroactive jealousy, if you're feeling some feelings of insecurity, if you find yourself lurking on their social media accounts.
That's me.
Like Germany said, if you have an insecure attachment style, if they've been doing some shit in the past that maybe they weren't supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I know for me, it has been probably like a combination of these things. Like, first of all, I make it my business to locate the damn social media.
I'm gonna find out where you at, baby. I want to know where city you live in, what neighborhood you live in.
Okay, so what drives you to do that?
So
what drives you to feel like I need to find this? I need to find them. I need to like put a face to the. Is it like them telling you stories, or like you just wanting to know?
No, I just want to know. If I know you had somebody before me, I want to know who they are, what they look like, how they measure up, for lack of a better word. It's the comparison thing. I want to know what experiences that you had with this person and how are we either alike or different.
I feel
in
that.
what ways are we similar? What did you see in her that don't let it be somebody that I'm feeling like triggered or anxious about, like somebody who you had a thing with, right?
Yeah.
And then you came over here and that person has been in the middle of our shit at one point.
Like you knew them.
Yeah, this is a very young-minded relationship. I'll just give y'all a
story
time.
Please.
So my ex relationship, we had been together for a year, broke up, and then got back together. He had already, I don't know how it came up or whatever, but there was somebody who he was interested in at some point, this girl. So when we broke up, I was like, it's probably because they're going to be together, right? Or they're going to be together now that we have broken up. And
were there still communication between them?
It was like his long-time crush that she ended up coming around after high school, and they connected, and it never was like a full relationship, but they always had a thing. It was like a thing between them.
There was like a spark of
There was a spark.
Like,
and when we got back together, I was like, yo, did that. Y'all can't talk. No communication. And every now and again, I would be seeing communication. And I'm like,
I don't want to see no inkling, girl. This is triggering me.
And then that's what I'm saying. So then when it was deaded, right? Like, okay, I'm not talking to her no more, even though she's just a home girl.
You prompted him to end it.
Right. It was prompted to end it. Respect me.
Right.
And end that. I don't give a damn. She's not your friend. I had to go figure out who is this girl and why do you what is calling you to her, or what is it that about her that you like?
Yeah.
I want to know. And like I said, she was artsy and he was artsy. And I said, okay, so the bitch paints.
Right.
She's into poetic. She's into poetry. I'm like, the bitch is into poetry too. And you already know I struggle with reconciling if I'm creative or not. And
so you felt like that was like her selling point. Like that's where they had.
She had a one up on me.
Exactly, the connection where you two might not have had
the connection. And I'm like, And I will go find her. I'm like, okay, she got a sister. She got a couple nephews.
Not knowing the family tree.
I know what she do in her spare time because, baby, I will find out. I want to see. And also, y'all, I keep track of patterns. So I'm looking at I want to see what's matching up, what's lining up, if any. So I want to see what you're doing over there, girl, because I'm keeping my eye on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this happened to me. This happens to me all the time. This has happened to me frequently, I should say. It hasn't been a one-off. So I remember one time particularly, it was me and a guy that I was dating. We were hanging out, and we were hanging out with like some people that he went to college with, or that were all in the same circle because we were all Greek, and you know how that goes. Everybody knows everybody, no matter what college you go to. It's like, oh, her from UCLA, USC, da da da. So the person that the guy that he was talking to knew the girl that my boyfriend at the time used to date.
Mm-hmm.
So they were talking. They was like, yeah, she was bad. I'm like,
wait a minute.
It's too much. That's the words flying. Bad. Everybody wanted her. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, who is this bitch? And then my boyfriend, like, instead of saying the name out loud, he kind of tried to like whisper it.
Oh no.
And I'm like,
now we got secrets.
And I'm like, I didn't know who the girl was. Mm-hmm. I remember him, like, he told me stories about her, and it seemed like he broke her heart, like he was head over heels for her. And girl, he also said that she fucked Drake. So I'm like, the girl has to be a Stunner. She has to be a stunner. I'm just like, they saying she bad. They talking about
Drake
you
done
talking
ran
about
it.
she messed with Drake. So I'm like, who is this? Are y'all still following each other? Now I need to track activity.
Yeah.
So
wait, remember when Instagram had that feature where you could see the activity, like you liking photos?
You could track activity, girl. You could track activity. So I got her name. I forgot how I got her name. I don't know if they said it at the table. Oh, I think they said her middle name.
Now, okay.
And not her first name, because on her Instagram it was her first. You know how we'll do a Brittany Diamond.
Yeah,
we'll make our first and middle our screen name.
Yeah.
So, girl, I got to going on my Instagram search. I found her. She is gorgeous. She was gorgeous. And in my mind, I was thinking, what the fuck? What was going on? I remember he saying that because he went to LMU. She went to UCLA. He was waking up, going to take her to UCLA every morning and just...
Now you're going above and beyond.
So, girl, I was tracking that activity like... I was on that activity like white on rice. They weren't following each other at the time. They were not. But one day, he left his laptop at my house.
That's all she wrote.
He left his laptop at my house, and I got a hold of the Facebook.
Yeah, that Facebook used to keep...
Why was there a message to her? Why did he send a message to her? And it was like Halloween or a holiday or something. And then he had sent a message like, this holiday always reminds me of you. I'm like...
You're starting up.
I'm like, listen, and this is
we don't need no reminder.
This is why I had to find her,
right,
to make sure there wasn't anything going on.
No
and lo and
sneaky.
behold, there's some shit going on. You sending Facebook messages talking about this holiday reminds me of you. And ever since then, I felt like I have to locate and I have to monitor.
Yeah,
I have to monitor the activity. My preference is for you not to be following the bitch at all. That's my ultimate preference. But if you all never cut off the following chain, then I need to make sure there's no additional activity. I have to monitor the activity a little deeper. But I'm like, bruh, I was on her page after I saw the Facebook message and I had to address him about that. Of course, now I'm hyper obsessed on her activity. I'm like, why am I like this?
And the part that kills me is when they do follow each other. Say everybody follows each other.
Girl, because the things we post.
And that's what I'm like, okay, now she ain't got no pants on. Now she's on the beach in a bikini and you've seen it. I don't like that. Unfollow the bitch.
Yeah.
Unfollow her. So some signs, now that we done told y'all our stories, a few of them, some signs of retroactive jealousy is constantly questioning your partner about their past relationships. We'll do that too. So where'd y'all meet? What made you do that? Also, judging.
Why did y'all break up?
Well, we love them.
What did you like about her? Like, I really want to know all the stories.
Really? I don't want to know all the stories.
I do.
I don't want to know all
the stories. I want to know the stories. I mean, I want to know the stories.
I want to know. I don't even know if I would want to know how long y'all were together and why did y'all break up.
That's it. That's all the intel you need.
Yeah, I don't need any more. And every now and again, a few stories come out and I'm like, ooh, there were some times. Now, what kills me, this is what really kills me.
When the sweet story
when they tell a story and it's like, you don't make no connection. And then later, the math start mathing. And it's like, oh, that story was about that person. Now, that has happened to me. I was told a story about a fling of sorts, somebody who you ran it up with, something like, oh, I remember, like, it was almost like, I remember when this happened. Okay, damn, now I got to tell y'all.
Please,
hey, this is the part of the show where typically we would edit it out, but y'all just getting it real fucking raw. So like, say it's like, fuck. So he was telling me a story about how, this might seem vulgar, but just how he was having sex with this girl and she started her period and there was blood everywhere, right? Now it's a crime scene. So he shared this story about how he was like living at home. It was like more of a story on him. Like, yeah, that shit was weird and whatever.
Was it at his home?
It was at his home. Yes. And it was like, he wasn't even thinking about it, but I don't know how it came up. At any rate, it made it seem like it was just some random girl from high school that this happened, sneaking this person into the room. That's how the story really happened. I snuck this person into my house. We having sex, being like fucking badass kids. She ended up starting her period in high school, and now there's blood everywhere, and I gotta clean this shit up before my mom comes in. Whatever, right, Val? Then I realized, oh, hold on, this bitch still in your life to this day. Like to this day, this whole still in your life.
How did you figure that out?
Girl, because listen, baby,
we
I'm
don't,
Nancy
we
Drew.
don't. That's the thing. Once you tell me something, it's stuck in my memory.
It's there. I file it away. I literally go in my fucking closet, in my file cabinet, and it's inserted.
Yeah.
And when he said that, I said, okay. Okay. And then I put two and two together. I said, oh, nigga, it's her. It's her. And then that made me feel like you didn't tell me all of whatever this was.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a family friend. It wasn't a family friend. You were fucking your family friend.
Right.
So now I can't even break bread with bitch.
And
that's the part that kills me too. All of the parts. You got to give me the full tea.
And that's why I really want the full tea. I do be wanting the stories. I be wanting the stories. I don't necessarily want the stories of
the nit grit.
Yeah, or like the nitty gritty of like, oh, I love this about, Yeah. I don't want those stories. I just want to know the details so like I can put the things into my memory bank, and then when it's time to do math, 1 + 1 = 2, then I have all that information. Should I need it?
Yeah.
Should I need it? Because niggas will give you all the information, all the intel you need, especially when they're telling you these stories, and then you just will be like, oh, really? Like acting like you're just
not phased.
Right?
You be acting not phased, like, oh, okay, yeah.
Right, but really, we're gathering intel.
Yes.
So that
when the time is right, it'll all make sense.
I have that.
Yeah.
I have that, and that's been key in my process.
Yeah. Listen. So in addition to that, we talked about the internet stalking. Another thing, y'all, is creating fake accounts to fence this. I've done this too, baby. I've created multiple accounts, not multiple, one that was rotated amongst me and all my friends. You ain't gonna get up out of it.
Oh, I was on it, and let me tell you something. The Finsta account that Germany created had holes in it, so there was a little bit of reverse retroactive jealousy for me. My ex had entered into a new relationship, and although I didn't want him, and this is another problem area of mine, didn't know this was gonna be a fucking confession. I still want to know what's going on. So who did you move on to? I think it stems back to that comparison thing. You want to see what you were up against, where you ranked there, and how you moving on. Did you level up or did you fall back?
Right.
That's really what it is. It's an ego thing.
Yeah.
So I'm lurking around to see, okay, so this is a new bitch you got. As soon as I found her, I said, Germany, I think this is who he's messing with. Germany said, oh, say less. Got her on the Finsta.
I said, bitch, here she go.
However, but I couldn't even really lurk because she blocked the Finsta.
She did.
She blocked the Finsta. And then to make matters worse, I had talked to my ex because we were still in communication.
Don't tell me she knew.
I told you that. We were still in communication. I'm causing retroactive jealousy on her end. And he says, yeah, I know that you have a Finsta. I know the Finsta that you've been on. I said, the blocking and then him saying that he knew the Finsta, I'm like, Germany, that Finsta is not giving what you think it's giving.
And it didn't, because the same girl who I was stalking blocked it too. And I'm like,
it wasn't giving.
I don't know how to create one in the way that they can pass, but those girls were savvy. If there was one thing about them, they were savvy.
Yeah, but they figured it out.
Creating the fake accounts is key.
Creating the fake accounts also going through people's private property, like
I've done that too. Yeah. Hey.
Oh, I did too. The laptop.
Same.
But like going through their things, looking. Sometimes people keep keepsakes. Like,
don't keep a keepsake.
I have a letter that letters that my ex wrote to me, cards, little gifts. This is funny. Like I have chains. One of them broke, but both of these chains my ex had got for me. And then somebody I was dating was like, where'd you get those? Where'd you get those chains? I said, oh, they were a gift. And he was like, from where? And I was like, my ex. And he was like, and you kept them? I said, these have become a part of my look. It's not like a keepsake. It's not like when every time I wear it or I look at it, I'm thinking of him. It's like, this is a part of my look. It's my jewelry. And I was like, is that a problem? He was like, I don't know if I would necessarily be still holding on to things. I said, it's not a holding on to. This was gifted to me. If your ex bought you some Nikes, are you just going to throw the Nikes away once you guys break up? No, nigga, if those are part of your steppers, you're going to wear them. You're going to step in.
And that's interesting because typically women have retroactive jealousy around like emotional issues. Like if we have a partner who we feel like we're going above and beyond for somebody, or showering them, doing all of those things that take the emotional, like confiding in them, having inside jokes and shit. Like, okay, you and this bitch connected in the heart. You know, you connected in the heart. It really triggers the retroactive jealousy for us. Whereas men usually have these feelings when it's physical, right? Like, oh, I imagine y'all doing this together. He had you in this kind of position, that kind of position. You know, they think about those kind of things. So that's funny that happened.
That did happen. So let me ask you this. So with this retroactive jealousy being a thing and kind of being a trigger for you, what are your terms and conditions, or how do you feel about an ex maintaining a friendship with their past partners?
Ugh. I hate this. I do. I hate it. And I'll be completely honest. My current partner is somebody who does this. Not with anybody. Like he had a really long-standing long-term relationship that he got out of. He's not friends with that person, but people who he had these like seasonal flings with, he was very honest. It didn't end on bad terms, girl. He still be friends with them. And I'm like, okay, nigga. What can I say? What can I say? That's just him living in his truth. He was like, I was honest with them when we had our moment. And when the moment was over, I was honest. Hey, we're done. And it was never no tea. So I don't really like it too much. And early on, we had a little issue about this. It wasn't really an issue. He disclosed to me that he had a past with somebody who I did not anticipate he had a past with. And he ended up being honest, like, yo, I just want to let you know that this actually happened. And because this person is low key kind of around occasionally, I just want to let you know. And I was like, why? Because that's one of my, I don't like that. Cut him off. Cut that bitch off. Cut that bitch off. And I'm like, okay, well, you already know how I'm coming each and every time I come around this motherfucker. I'm like, hey.
On your P's and Q's.
Oh, she's always cute. She's always cute. She's always fucking cute.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you ask me?
Do you have how do you feel about your partner maintaining relationships with their ex-partners?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't typically. It's not my preference. But also I think with my current partner, based on him being the way he is, it's just a part of his nature. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
If it was somebody else who was not very social, who did not have like the level of honest communication and integrity that my partner has, then I would be feeling some type of way. Like, did you really end it with this bitch? Do y'all still be talking? But I know that Andres don't get down like that. He'd be like, girl, we had what we had, and it's
that part is important. I think it's situational for sure. Like if it's a person where I'm already
on edge. Don't trust your ass.
I'm on edge and I'm questioning your integrity, which I really shouldn't be with you then. But let's just say maybe a new leaf has been turned or something.
Or rose-colored glasses.
Right. If you have those type of characteristics, you don't need to be friends with your exes.
Yeah.
I have a problem with cutting people off. So I feel like I'm the one that causes retroactive jealousy in a lot of people's relationships. Not a lot, but in some people's relationships.
You're the trigger. Janae. Cue the Janae.
I've been told that. I've been told that because it's like, if you're talking about your ex in a good light, right? Because I never just done a nigga wrong. If you're speaking on your ex in a good light, and then the ex is still around, or you have potential access to the ex, of course that can stem some retroactive jealousy because it's like, why don't you just go be with her? If she's
yeah. And if you know this about yourself, do you ever remove yourself from the situation?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have.
Okay, good.
I have. It's not like I'm like trying to communicate with the people every day or anything, but because it's not just a delete your number block, I don't know you anymore. It had been like a lingering thing. But I'm not now. I do have some integrity. I'm not the type of girl that's like, I don't care. Yeah, if I can still fuck them and I will, type of thing.
I hate that, girl. Fuck you. Go to hell.
I don't do that because I wouldn't want that done to me. So I operate in my own integrity with that. But for me personally, if it's somebody that I'm dating, it needs to not be a recent relationship that you're maintaining a friendship with this person because nigga, the feelings are probably still lingering.
There. Yeah.
So no. And agreeing with you, if it's someone where they have integrity and I know like maybe, they dated before like a while ago and they're just cordial, I can accept that, especially if I meet the person.
Yeah.
If I meet the person and I can do a vibe check, I'm okay with that. And there's not frequent communication. It's just maybe we're in the same circles. Maybe we communicate.
It needs to be so infrequent.
Like my ex, my most recent ex, he is cool with one of his exes that he dated when they were in high school. And she came over and I met her a couple of times and she was real cool. And they had like a deep relationship when they were in high school and they started off as friends. But now they're just back friends again. And it's been years and she doesn't even live here. But like when she comes out here, she'll visit them. And I didn't pick up on anything. So
yeah, I would be like,
It
Don't
was fine.
don't
It
visit,
was
girl.
fine for me. It was fine for me. She only visited when I was there.
Okay, good. I know I would be like,
I wasn't though. I was just like, oh, okay.
I love that. I'm not that strong yet. I'm not that strong yet, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all another story. Wait,
What?
did we already go through our signs?
Oh, yeah, we went through our signs.
Okay, anyway, so I remember I was dating this guy and he had been in a really serious relationship before me. So much so, and I probably have shared this before, but the girl, she had a good money, she had a lot of money, and him and her were so locked in that she was locked in with his grandma,
Okay,
which was his primary
we know
caretaker.
about her.
Let me tell them y'all about
Okay.
the bitch though. She was locked in with the grandma, which is his primary caretaker, like renovating her bathroom and doing all of the things. So he had made it seem like they weren't talking anymore, but obviously they were. And I found out because I started checking his voicemail. This is when the iPhone just first. Yeah, girl, I'm telling you, when I tell you there's nothing I can't figure out,
What
there's
was on
nothing.
the voicemail?
She was leaving voice messages.
To him?
Yeah.
For
calling.
the grandma or just
No, for him.
saying what?
Hey, I'm calling you back. Hey.
Calling you back.
Listen, and this is why you can't never let a nigga get too far away from you. You can't never let him go too far. That's what she was doing. Hey, I'm just calling you back and da 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 da.
And you know what? She was probably using that connection with her grandmother to maintain that connection with him. And that's the thing.
That's
People
the piece
do
that
move.
I hate.
And the grandma was enabling.
The grandma was enabling it. He was right there. She was buying him stuff still. He went to the clinic with her or something. I'm like, what are y'all doing? He talking about he had a jock itch and he trusted her because it was too much. It was too much. I said, and this is where I bow out. Y'all be together. But I was checking the voicemail and I was keeping tabs on her, y'all. This before Instagram. This before MySpace. I was keeping tabs. I said, let me find out what the fuck. I had her number. Because back then
back then the number, having a girl's number was having their Instagram account. Because
but I wasn't calling her.
No,
I
but
didn't
that's
call
what
her.
I'm saying. We would call that number. We would call that number. We would do a
and
three-way.
do a Barbara. This is Shirley.
We would do a three-way or whoever we needed to be on the line. Like, hey, girl, I'm just calling because I know that you speak to.
Listen, but I was like, boy, I'm checking your voicemail. I did it for like weeks. He didn't even notice.
I checked the voicemail too. You know what? I've always
and she left him a scrapbook. She made him a scrapbook. That's what it was. Too much. All the keepsakes that had every element, all the signs in one. Of course, I was jealous.
That just reminded me that I've always had these psychotic ways about me. Because I remember when I was dating this guy back in high school, and it was the age of the voicemail, and I had to figure out his password.
Yeah,
I had to hack his password, and I was listening to his voicemail. Hearing bitches on the voicemail. I'm like, why is she on your voicemail? Like, why is she on your, and this, I think this was someone that he used to date or just somebody that was interested in him. But I had to confess that, I checked your voicemail. Yeah, I heard on your voicemail going in, da, 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 da. And it's like, why am I like this?
No, we have to be. Thank God you're like this. You have to be. Imagine all the times you would get fucked over if you did it. I was so thankful that I had the wherewithal about me, the wits. Because it takes brain power. It takes a lot of savviness to hack the nigga shit. I'm not proud of it, but I have the skill set.
You had to think of it.
I had to go in. I'm like,
is it their birthday?
Yeah, I had to turn into somebody. And once I got in there, I was listening. I was checking that voicemail all the time. I'm like, you have one new message. I do. I was listening to it like my own. And after so many weeks of gathering my intel, I said, boy, nigga, she done made you a scrapbook. Where's the book? Pull it out. Tell me what appointments y'all went to. And that's when we were done. I pulled out the receipt so his bitch ass.
I know. I like to have a receipt. I like to collect the receipt. And I was talking to my other homegirl and she said that she gets like a little thrill out of like looking for the receipts and potentially collecting them. And
dead at the thrill.
She said that. She was like, it's a little sick. Like, I get a thrill. But I mean, she did end up catching someone through this ministry. Through this ministry. Okay, so when do you feel like you can move past the retroactive jealousy? You're with your current partner. When do you feel like, you know what? I no longer need to look at their social media accounts. I'm content. Is it like after time has passed? Maybe they done been broken up for 5 years.
Hell fucking no. It's never that.
When is it?
It's either, okay, so
Because I'm checking all throughout.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you ever get over it.
I be checking all throughout. Once I find that, let me tell you why I check throughout.
Wait, let me finish telling you. Because you want to see if the nigga double backed.
I just need to make sure there's no recent activity.
Yeah.
I just need to make sure, there's still no
thing that you was really
no
needing.
backgrounds. Are you in your bathroom? Because now I know how your bathroom looks, or even the other bathroom that I know.
Yeah.
Because I see you're doing your morning routine.
I feel like, okay, if I see that the person has, honestly, y'all know, I'm just be completely honest here. There's never a point where I feel like, I don't need to go check. The time when it happens is when me and this nigga break up and I don't give a fuck about you no more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck about you. Oh my God, y'all, the worst.
What?
I've been a sick girl. I've been a sick girl because I remember when AIM was a thing. I found this girl's screen name, and her name was Brittany. And I put it, you know how you used to be able to add a person or see their away message without adding them? Her name was You Ready B. That was her screen name. I was looking at all of her stuff. She was putting her away message up. Also, my ex was putting his away message up. Why did they go to the movies together to see Happy Feet? And I had to pull the nigga card. I said,
wait, how'd you figure that out?
Because I ended up clicking up with her, girl. I had to pull the Barbara. This is Shirley. I had to pull the Barbara. This is Shirley. I said, no, I got to get a hold of this girl. I linked up with her either on MySpace or something. I'm like, girl, hold on. And she ended up giving me all the tea. They're like, yeah, we were here. He took me to the movies with my nephew. We took my niece or somebody. I swear to the good Lord who keeps me every day. I swear. And that's why you got to always be tapped in.
You have
to. And this is why I never will let a person get out of my sight. To this day, if I know who she is, I want to check. I want to see how she moved on. I want to see, is she in a marriage? Is she in a relationship? If she has a kid, is she on her way to the second? I want to see. I want to.
You want to track the progress and see what are the odds.
I want to track the progress until I see something that happens that makes her no longer attractive.
Was she dead?
Like to him, what? That is one. But there might be some things like, oh, girl, you down bad. I know he ain't interested now. I know that sounds terrible. But you'll be
surprised of what they'll double back into, especially if it's a familiar dwelling.
No. But sometimes the dwelling, it goes from a house to a shack.
If it's a familiar dwelling,
no,
they might crawl on back into there.
And at that point, if you're crawling back, I'm likely gone. I'm gone. But when I see things start to, I'm like, oh, girl, once it's no longer a threat, I'll just be completely honest. Once I feel there's no more a threat anymore,
yeah,
I'm good on you, girl.
I feel. I don't know. I think while we're dating, I'm going to always keep tabs. But maybe once we're like married, it's like, you're mine. We're locked and loaded for real.
Yeah, maybe that point. I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, though. Like maybe once we're engaged, we've done told the world and proclaimed what we're doing.
I need the marriage certificate to be signed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Once we're married and everything, I feel like my mind would probably be more settled.
Yeah, I've gotten what I came for. My mind would
probably be more settled because it's like, I came, I saw, and I conquered.
You didn't get one.
I came, I saw, and I conquered. I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet either. But I can say at this age, I'm still on the monitoring. And I will weigh the tabs on the retroactive jealousy. Let me tell you something. If she's below me, I'm sorry. That sounds shallow. But if I feel like she don't even have the
measuring up.
Yeah, if I feel like she's not measuring up and you clearly have leveled up with me.
It's nothing.
I'm just looking for shits and giggles. I'm still looking.
Yeah.
I'm still looking.
I'm
still looking, but it's more like
what's going on.
Shits and giggles and making sure
just to be informed. I just want to be informed. We're the kind of girls who want to be informed.
I like to be informed. I love to be informed. One thing I am is informed. I don't play that gullible. I need to know what's going on.
The funny thing is, I will play gullible in the nigga's face. Like, I don't even give a fuck. Like,
no, I do play gullible with him.
Yeah,
I'm saying I don't play gullible with myself.
Yeah.
Acting like I don't need to go look for information. People are like, no, what's done in the light will come to the dark. Yeah, because I'm going to pull it.
Exactly.
What's done in the dark, I'm going to pull it to the light. If it's done in the dark, best believe I'm in the dark with it. And that's how it came to the light. Because I was in the dark. And I'm the one who brought it to the light. I don't play that game. I'm just saying. I'll go in the dark with it. Girl. And then it's like, hey.
We out here. I brought this shit to the light.
I brings it to the light every time. And that's usually how I find things because I was in the dark.
And I never feel that. I never feel like.
But you keep tabs on it.
Girl, I'm going to keep a tab. It stays up in browser. I need to be able to go right to it, baby. And every time they try to come up with a system to block us, I figure out a new way to come.
Yeah, there's Insta stalker sites.
No, that's not what this is for.
too much that wasn't in the notes. I'm
You
just
deviated off. You deviated. Y'all know what to do. You out there giving too many codes. You giving
Listen, let me
recipes
tell you,
away.
one thing I'm gonna do is stay on my toes like a ballerina. Now, what I decide to do with the information
losing
after is my
recipes.
business, but I'm gonna stay on my toes.
Girl, for
I'm gonna
sure.
stay on my toes.
I want to see what's going on in this feed because I see all the laughing, and I want to make sure we're not missing that. Do y'all have a story to? Are you relating? Are you relating?
I feel like the girls are relating.
Y'all are relating, honey.
They're relating. And it's just in a social media age, I think it puts the flame in our back.
The battery in our
battery in our back with flame. I got fire on my back, bitch. I have one of them rockets take off.
All right.
It gives us it makes it so easily accessible.
Oh yeah.
All you need is a name.
Baby,
I put that first letter in the search
the
bar.
way Brittany will tell me somebody's name, I said, "Hold on, how they don't even tell you don't tell me how to spell it. I will put in all of the."
She's like, "You got a kid? Is it a girl or a boy?"
I'm like, I think this is it. Here you go, and then I deliver. Here's the information that you were actually.
And the
looking for.
retroactive jealousy. Let me tell you why this is important information because the last man that I was messing with,
a few niggas ago,
a few niggas back, I was messing with him. And you guys, I've told this story on Patreon before.
Oh, I love this story though. I love it. It's just a
Don't
great.
laugh at my pain.
No. It's just a great story of how receipts and staying. Like I see somebody, Kristen, you said stay vigilant. This is a true testament of how you stay aware and stay woke, and these niggas won't get one over on you. And I really love this story because it is a testament of that.
It's a testament. So he calls me and he's like, I'm going to Big Bear.
Mm-hmm.
The day of, you're going to Big Bear. There's been no talk or plans of going to Big Bear before. You know, usually if you're in relationship with someone or dating with somebody, they're privy to what's going on in your week. Maybe a meeting might pop up, but a whole drive to Big Bear, which is like 2 hours away from LA, that's
very
not something
impromptu.
you do. You're like, and I was like, okay, weird. I'm like, he was like, yeah, it's my friend Chris's birthday. He said it was a man's birthday.
That was who it was. It was
Chris.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, but my gut was telling me that
there's no Chris.
It didn't feel right because the time that you're telling me and So my first receipt is checking his social media activity. I want to see if you're posting pictures of Chris.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing on his social media. So remember I tell you that I like to hear stories. So he's told me stories about his ex. So that's one piece of intel that's in my mind. And then he goes to Chris's birthday. And something in me tells me that he wasn't with Chris. So I have to go pull my intel from my mind and search names on Instagram from said intel. Also from text messages that I'm seeing pop up on the phone. I saw a letter pop up on the phone. So with all of that information I had, I was able to see that a girl who he used to talk to, who he follows on social media, was also in Big Bear.
Yeah.
She was in Big Bear.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't Chris's birthday. It was her birthday. And that's why I'm like, you have to have these receipts. I have to do my research. I have to keep tabs on what's going on because I need to know what's really going on. You have a pattern.
Yeah. It was a great story, though. She gave y'all the short version.
I had to.
She gave you the first version.
Yeah, they heard it.
But yeah, you have to stay on your toes.
You do.
I'm for it. I don't give a damn. I want to find out who she is. I want to know. I want to know what they're doing.
I'm for it too, but we do have some tips to overcome.
We do. Now, these are the tips we really want to share. These are the tips we want to share.
We do. Okay, sometimes we do have the retroactive jealousy, but I think it is important to go inward so that it doesn't overtake us, because sometimes we have the retroactive jealousy, not because of what our partners are doing, not because they're triggering us to search for things, but because of the feelings we have inside. Like, why do I feel like this? Why am I threatened by this situation? Is it because I think that he left a good thing? Is it because I think she's offering things that I may not offer?
Yeah, ego.
Yeah, it's like, let me go inward. If you feel like it's taking you over.
Because it do low-key become an obsession. Remember that?
They said it's like an OCD.
It is.
Because it's like, I will say, it has become a part of my routine sometimes. You know why? That's why I had to delete the Finsta. Off my phone. I signed out of the Finsta from my phone because I felt like I was obsessing over what these people were doing and it was getting a little sick.
Yeah.
So I signed out of the Finsta to limit my checking.
Yeah.
I said, you know what, I gotta get off this Insta because I'm checking every day.
It's really an obsession. I know that I find myself being obsessed with that person, like literally. What are they doing? This must be what he liked. And then I'm thinking about all of these things and comparing and contrasting and da 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 da. It will mine just going crazy.
Yeah.
Next tip to overcome: communicate. You have to really explicitly communicate with your partner. If you truly are feeling these feelings, bring up to them how you're feeling in a way that is just direct.
That a way that they can, I guess,
understand it.
Yeah, I think, and I also think it depends on how your partner is communicating too. Like maybe if they're telling you all these good things about your ex, maybe you can tell them, you know what, I don't really want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about that relationship. Let's just focus on our relationship, because when you tell me these things, it makes me feel a little insecure. It makes me start comparing.
Yeah.
And I would just rather not hear about it.
And then I gotta go find out who the bitch is. So tell me who she was.
Because once they start saying she bad,
no. Don't ever.
And then to make matters worse, he told me that I was the only dark-skinned girl that he had dated. And the girl was light-skinned.
Oh, I hate
I'm
that.
like, why would you say that?
I hate that.
Are you dumb?
You know what else we'll do? Go back and this is me. I don't know
what would you do?
Girl, I'll be on the Twitter. I'm figuring out what was said.
Way back?
Way back when. Back in the day. What were you saying about the bitch?
Okay, that was kind of
I know. But I tell you, I got to go deep in the bag. I got to get deep in an investigative discovery bag. I need to know what kind of shit you were saying with her. But at any rate, openly communicate. Be assertive. Be direct as you can. Let your partner know how maybe them sharing these experiences with you have triggered you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really like that. I'm triggered when you talk to me about your experiences, your relationships. It does make me compare because I feel like you're comparing.
Yeah, and then also maybe they're not doing anything, but you just communicate anyway. They can affirm you and lift you up and let you know this is where I want to be. And that brings us to our last point. Focus on your current relationship.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not with their ex for a reason. Whatever the reason may be. Maybe the ex didn't want to be with them. Maybe they didn't want to be with the ex, but they're not with them. And you're the person that they're choosing to be with in this moment.
Yeah.
So instead of assessing over their past, we can just try to focus on the present. And if they're treating us well and if we're happy with how they're showing up for us, just focus on that.
Fuck the other people.
The ex really don't even matter.
They don't. We have to check our ego. That's really what this all comes down to. Check your ego. My ego too.
I really have to keep mine in check. Because the thing with the ego is that it'll start tricking you and making you think you want something you don't want, or doing some sort of thing that you shouldn't even be doing just to satisfy the ego. When really it's just like, I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But your ego makes you feel like you do give a fuck. And then you're moving hastily. So.
And sickly. Both ways.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
that's our story, and we're sticking to it, like Scissor's mama said.
That's my story. I'm going to try to implement some of these tips, but also I am going to stay on my toes.
Yeah, I'll never get off of those.
It's a
the way I'm tiptoeing around this bitch, I'll never come down.
Do y'all have some questions based on our stories, the information? If it's not a question, maybe something you just want to share. This is a real deal Holyfield thing.
Do we want to go through there?
Huh?
I wish I had the chat on.
I've been looking at it and I haven't seen any questions. Yeah. There's no questions yet. But if y'all do have some questions.
Also, do we like this? Do we like this method of Bravado bonus for our besties? Do y'all like this, or should we go back to doing what we was once doing? Shit.
Yeah. Let us know.
We like your feedback.
We like feedback. And also thank y'all for joining us tonight. Yeah. I enjoyed this.
This was cute.
Part.
This was cute.
I did enjoy this.
Okay, so we have something from Sarah. Yes, we like it. Yes, Holly, you love it.
They love it.
Okay, we like the lives. Kristen.
Yeah.
We love it. We love this. Okay, this is good.
Yes.
How do you make sure past trauma does not affect
the current person you're dating?
Okay. Sorry for me to say.
Yeah. How do you like your current, like your personal past trauma? I feel like if it's your personal past trauma,
You gotta start doing some work.
I was going to say it's definitely the personal work that has to be done. Like the first tip, going inward and seeing like where that trauma stems from. Why do I feel this way? Because most time it has nothing to do with the current partner. It has everything to do with us and what we've dealt with. So I would definitely say like do some self-reflective practices like journaling. There's therapy.
Therapy is a real one.
Talking to a friend. Get into the root issue of like what it is so that you can address that and not deflect but project.
And I think depending on where you are in your relationship, if it has already started to affect your current partner, y'all probably need to sit down with somebody who can guide you through
getting like back a to therapist.
Yeah, therapist. Yeah, I don't know if you're married or what the.
Oh, she said more so like someone cheats on you in the past.
Oh, now that one, girl. you gotta decide if you're a forgive but forget kind of girl. And if you are not, and it's compromising your mental health, you got to get up out of it.
I agree. It depends on the personal decision. Like if you make the decision, the conscious decision that I'm going to forgive this and I'm going to be able to move on and it not affect us, then that's great. If you think that you're capable of doing that, and you might need to have like another party come in and like mediate that. But if you know that you're a person that's going to be hanging on to it and it's going to affect the way you show up and maybe you're not going to feel safe, then it's probably not best to continue on because you won't have the best relationship. I did hear that like when it comes to cheating though, that the person who is the cheater has to work overtime to prove themselves to you, right? They have to like do extra things to prove to you that they won't do this again. And also it's like starting a new relationship. Mm-hmm. It's not like continuing the relationship that you guys already had before the cheating took place, but it's deciding, okay, we're kind of entering a new relationship because this has happened.
And I would just caution you to really examine the person who you are in a relationship with. If you feel like their cheating is a character flaw, or if it was really just a poor judgment and a mistake, because that's going to determine if they'll do it again and if they're even worth you forgiving them. Giving them your grace is not a requirement. I don't want to say that. Like people just don't have the right to walk all over you because they know you're going to forgive you, or do whatever they want because they know that you're going to be forgiving, or like have a kind heart or even a soft heart towards them.
Yeah.
So I would just practice your intuition and let your gut lead you, not just the heart, child, because that thing be doing what it want to do.
Yeah,
you got to use the mind too.
You do logic, logic and the heart.
Both. Okay, there's some questions coming in and I love it.
What if it's the ex that's the jealous one causing rifts? Oh, like your current partner's ex causing issues in your current relationship? Is that what you gathered from that question?
Yeah, I feel like what if it's the nigga or whoever you're with bringing that energy in?
Like their ex, instead of us being retroactively jealous of them, they're causing issues in our relationship, right?
No, I took it. Explain it, Jordan. What if it's the ex that's the jealous one causing rip? Oh, yeah. Like the ex is the one who's coming in trying to make us jealous.
Yes, that happens too. There's the exes that just
won't let
go, constantly causing issues. Like you mentioned, maintaining connections with the family so that they can kind of finesse and manipulate the situation.
And that's when I know I gotta go.
I've never had that happen to me, and I hope that I never do. And I think with my karma, that shouldn't happen. But if that happened to me, if I was in a situation like that and my current partner wasn't able to get that in check, then that wouldn't work for me because that's stressful.
I would bow out.
Especially in the beginning stages, it's like, no.
Yeah, early on, no. Honestly, your partner needs to respect you guys. This is for your partner to exercise respecting you and implementing boundaries, and then for you to decide how you want to move forward once those boundaries have been in place and respected, or in place and impeded on.
Right. And I feel like it's hard. It's more tough if it's like children involved. I think this is where this type of issue comes up the most frequently. Like if it's a baby mama or a baby daddy.
Yeah, I know. And that's different. That's a whole nother layer of complication. I'm hoping you ain't talking about that, girl, because I am not versed on it. We'll versed on it.
Yeah. I think it's still the same solution, though. Like your current partner has to be able to resolve that issue, because it just gets too messy once you're getting involved. Because why am I talking to her?
And you have to choose your peace, choose yourself over anything, whatever that looks like for you.
Yeah. Were there any other questions? No. No other questions. Well, that time flew by.
It did.
I had a good time with y'all. Thank y'all for showing up. Oh, Sarah said she has a question.
I thought we answered it, Sarah.
What was Sarah's question?
Oh, she says, I've done all the reflection, but I feel stuck.
All what reflection?
I think she's done all the. Write the full question out, girl. We might have missed it earlier.
Yeah.
Or boo, because I said I'm gonna stop.
Type the question. Done all the reflection. Maybe like the self-reflection.
Like done all
just
the work.
Tell us.
Yeah, please. We don't want to decode. Yeah. It's kind of hard when we just.
Remember that language we used to speak?
Pig Latin.
I never spoke it, but people did. Gotta go.
That was it right there.
Gotta go.
My mama spoke it. Maybe she probably didn't really speak it though. Little ghetto.
I can see.
Yeah.
I can see.
A little ghetto pig Latin.
Okay, we're waiting on Sarah's question. If anybody else has any final questions before we wrap it up.
Mm-hmm. Also, no, never mind. If you all have suggestions on what you would like to talk about on the live, send them. You can drop them here. Feel free to put them as comments underneath the live link if we're done and you think of something like, I would love to talk.
Or you can message us.
Homegirls. Yeah.
If it's a private.
Or email us or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, if it's a private.
I would love to hear you all's take on this.
Or any other topic that you want us to talk about. We're open.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about what we're going to talk about next week?
Next week we're going to
not next week, y'all.
Next week. Next month's Bravado bonus topic will be why are you
We don't have a great
We don't have the title, but it's going to be about being bothered when your ex moves on. Mm-hmm. Why are you bothered when your ex moves on?
When you don't want them.
Even if you don't want them. This is something I've been doing personal research on.
Inquiring minds want to know.
And there's a lot of information, so come back next month. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're going to be talking about.
And if you are not a bestie and you are here under any tier except the bestie, then you might want to upgrade your membership, because this is something that we offer the besties. The Bravado bonus is available to our bestie homegirls, and we've just switched up the format and offering live, although you can listen back after this is over. But we encourage you to join us at the bestie level so we can do this again.
Yes. Okay, Sarah, so we didn't get your question.
Yeah, you might have to email it to us.
But yeah, send it to us.
Hit the homegirl hotline.
Yes, hit the homegirl hotline if y'all have something y'all want us to answer on the show, or something you want to share. I did that shit, or jam, or anything like that. And we're going to let y'all go and enjoy the rest of your evening. Mm-hmm. Thank you for spending your time with us tonight. We love y'all so much.
Love you.
And we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.